For problem number 8, we're going to be solving using the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is provided to you on the Regents exam. It is on a formula sheet, usually attached to the last page of the workbook that you're given to complete your problem solving. So I've provided the quadratic formula here. So what are the solutions to this equation? Well, let's start with the fact that this equation needs to be solved for 0. So I'm going to add 8 to both sides, subtract 8 from both sides, applying inverse operations. So I get 3x squared plus 10x minus 8 equals 0. Now we can identify our A, our B, and our C. So A equals 3, B equals 10, and C equals negative 8. So now let's begin to plug in the information for A, B, and C. So we're going to start with negative B. So it's going to be negative 10 plus or minus the square root of B squared. So that's 10 squared minus 4 times 3 times negative 8 all over 2 times 3. And I always like to put parentheses around my B squared, because if B is negative, we want to make sure that if we're doing a calculation that the calculator is programmed correctly. So now we'll begin to solve, and I'll practice using order of operations. You can plug the discriminant into your calculator to simplify this part, but you might not be able to get all of this into your calculator accurately without a lot of practice. So we're going to say, okay, x equals negative 10 plus or minus. And now I'm going to begin to simplify my discriminant. So I have the square root of 100, 10 squared is 100. And then minus 4 times 3 is negative 12, times negative 8 is a positive 96. All over 6. We'll continue to simplify this. So I still have negative 10 plus or minus radical 196 all over 6. So using my calculator, I see that my solutions are rational numbers, either fractions or integers. So therefore, I know that the square root of 196 has to result in a rational number. So checking with my calculator, the square root of 196 is 14. So now I'll use that simplified version. So I have negative 10 plus or minus 14 over 6. And finally, I can say negative 10 plus 14 is 4 over 6, which is 2/3. And negative 10 minus 14 is negative 28. Excuse me, negative 24 over 6. Negative 24 over 6 is negative 4. So my final answer will be 2/3 and negative 4.